All right, let's go on a little adventure, a geometric one. We're going to take a shape you see every single day, one of the most familiar shapes there is, and step by step, we're going to transform it into something, well, something you've probably never seen before. So, where do we start? With the good old square. You know it, right? 4 equal sides, 4 perfect right angles. It's everywhere you look. Your phone screen, the windows in your house, the tiles on the floor. It's kind of the definition of stable, predictable, and, let's be honest, pretty simple.
But here's the thing. Simple is not the same as boring. Not at all. In fact, some of the coolest, most fascinating discoveries happen when you take something you think you know inside and out, and you just ask, what if? So, you ready to play? Let's do it.
All right, our first what if is a big one. We're going to take this flat, two-dimensional shape and launch it right into a whole new dimension.
Okay, so picture this. We take our square and we thread a rod, an axis, right through it from one corner to the opposite one, kind of like a bead on a string. It's just sitting there, perfectly balanced, waiting for us to do something.
So, here it comes. What happens if we spin it? Give it a real fast whirl around that axis. What kind of 3D shape do you think is hiding inside that spinning square?
And bam! This is what you get, a double cone. It's 2 cones stuck together at their wide ends. And check this out, this isn't just some computer graphic. These are real, physical, 3D printed objects. We literally brought the thought experiment to life. Isn't that wild? To think that this elegant shape was just hiding inside a plain old square all along.
But we're not done playing yet. Not even close. Now that we have this cool new shape, what's the next logical step? Well, we've got to start taking it apart, right?
So here's our next what if. What if we slice this double cone right down the middle? And we're going to use the shape of that original square as our guide for the cut.
And what we get are these 2 beautiful, totally identical halves. Look at them. Each one has a perfectly flat square on the bottom, but the top is this wonderfully smooth, curved dome. It's this awesome mix of flat planes and smooth curves all in one piece.
Okay, we've spun it, we've sliced it. Now it's time for the final move, the big reveal. This is where the real magic happens, so get ready.
And you won't believe how simple this is. Step 1, you take your 2 identical halves. Step 2, you rotate just one of them 90 degrees, a simple quarter turn. And then, step 3, you connect them. That's it.
And just so you can see how we actually did it in the real world, we designed this little custom connector that fits perfectly into both bases. It just makes sure they line up precisely and stay put.
And ta-da! Here it is, the 2 halves joined together. See how the flat square base of one piece meets the curved edge of the other? It creates this completely new and, frankly, very intriguing solid object.
Let's look at it from another angle. You can see how the surfaces just seem to flow into each other. It's a single, continuous object now, but it has both sharp edges and smooth curves. What a beautifully bizarre shape.
Here it is in a single color, which really makes the form pop. You can really appreciate that continuous surface that wraps all the way around it. It's amazing to think that from a simple square, we've created this complex, unified thing.
So what on earth is this thing called? It's a sphericon, and it has a secret talent. It can roll. But unlike a ball, it doesn't roll in a straight line. It has this wobbly, zigzagging motion that is just completely mesmerizing to watch. But just when you think you've got it all figured out, there's a twist. Is that whole spin and slice routine the only way to make a sphericon? Or is there a secret, simpler path? Let's ask ourselves one last what if. Is there another, maybe even simpler, shape hidden deep inside the spherocon's DNA? Okay, just look at this contrast. On the left, you've got the complex halves we made from our spun square, and on the right, 2 simple semicircles. I mean, could they possibly be related? Absolutely. Turns out it's true. If you take 2 semicircles and just join them at their centers at a right angle, you create the geometric skeleton of the exact same sphericon. The incredibly complex shape we built has a surprisingly simple heart. It just shows you, sometimes the most complex forms have an elegantly simple core. So this whole journey, from a square to a cone to a sphericon, and finally to a couple of semicircles, it all brings us to our final and maybe most important point. Here's the real takeaway from all this. Math and geometry, they're not just formulas in a textbook. They're a playground for your curiosity. The most profound ideas often come from asking simple, what-if questions about the world around us. And that is the ultimate takeaway. That's my challenge to you. Whether it's with a pencil and paper, some 3D software, or just in your own mind, never stop asking questions. Keep playing with ideas and shapes because you never know what incredible things you might discover.